to session 7 of The More Excellent Way. We've ended our previous session by saying that the need for self-actualization can never, ever be satisfied. Now, when I say these kind of things, it's based on theories and research. But there might be some people out there that say, I am fully and totally satisfied. For those of you, I want to say, fantastic. You have found the more excellent way. And we'd love to hear your story. But if there's a sign of brokenness in your life, you still have a story to tell. And that might just be the reason why you cannot reach that ultimate full potential that you know you can reach. That full potential that makes this journey so worthy. This journey on earth that we live makes it so worthy. That you and I can say to each other today, you know what? I can do better. I can make it easier for myself on my journey through life by finding the more excellent way. But the need for self-actualization is a progressive need. Let me use an example. A student that comes out of school decide to go study maybe LLB, law, become an attorney. Once the student becomes an attorney, they actually want to become an advocate. They want to know more. They don't necessarily do that. They find satisfaction in their purpose as an attorney and live that. But potentially, he or she could be an advocate. Potentially. They know the laws, they know the thinking behind the systems and the laws and the regulations, and they know people. They learn behavior patterns. They look at certain signs to tell you whether a witness is a worthy, true witness or not. So there's always place for them to develop, right? But the need for self-actualization is a progressive need which births the next and the next and the next and the next and the next need. Any achievement or satisfaction that is gained only serves to further motivate the individual. It's a positive thing to have. More and more and more. 2 of our children are really, I think they're never going to stop studying. They just live life and do their thing, but they just do another degree and another degree. And it's wonderful because they grow with life and opportunities that is presented to them. It shows you it can be done purposefully on your journey through life to find full purpose. But more and more the need out there for us to learn, to grow, and to reach our full potential. We ended off our previous session by asking the question, one would wonder where in creation did this all happen? Where this originated from? I mean, it would have been a lot easier if God created a total group of robots, put them on Earth, and they just beep, 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 being robots, doing what they're supposed to do to live on Earth. But in His greatness, He made people in His image. Oh boy, I like that. And we're going to talk a lot about that. In creation, if you look at the book of Genesis in the Holy Christian Bible, God had a very specific plan there. According to what I see in the book of Genesis in the Holy Christian Bible, God meant very, very well. It gave Him a pleasure. He had a plan. He had a 7-day plan where he was going to bring into fulfillment his desire of having a family on earth. He meant well and good for each of his creations when he made Adam and Eve in Genesis. If we go read the book of Genesis. Very, very detailed, very detailed. God set a platform perfectly for the day he made them. I mean, and you can go and read it yourself. Whether you're a Christian or not, that's irrelevant. But you can go and read what happened during these days of creation. And if you have a different opinion, somewhere it originated from, I believe, in the Christian Bible. So I looked at Genesis very, very carefully. Look at this. I love it how God, he meant so well with this beautiful creation. He took a shapeless and a chaotic mess and he said, let there be light. Then he divided light from darkness. He made the skies above and the oceans below. In Cape Town, we have a home overlooking the ocean, and I'm like, oh, it is so beautiful. When you look over the ocean and you see Table Mountain, one of the big wonders of this world, and you look at that picture and it's like, it is amazing. Then he went ahead and he created earth and grass and fruit trees and plants. And then he saw it was dark out there. So he said, let's give light at night. Let's do it by making stars, the moon, stars at night, and the sun for daylight. Then he created seasons and fish and life and the birds and sea animals, and then cattle and reptiles and wildlife. And then God said, let us make man, someone like ourselves, to be the master of all life upon earth and in the skies and in the seas. Then he made man out of clay and he breathed life into the man. And just me, the human, I wonder whether this breath God breathed contained maybe all the instructions as to how this body of clay would function. I sometimes just wonder, was it in the breath or in the clay? Doesn't matter where, but it's right there where all these needs found their place, in the functionality of what God made and called earth. And of course, God saw the condition of loneliness of the man. He created for him a helpmate, whom he called woman. And to me, personally, I will never question God. It's not for us to question God. I just see how he planned it all. He made sure that he created a garden for them before he placed them there. What a loving God. Based on this, I believe that God created earth for us to be all we can. To be the best me that I can be. And you, the best you that you can be. Through it all. It's a journey of finding self, serving others and serving self, and self-actualization within our purpose. Not self-actualization to be someone else. Not self-actualization to take someone else's achievements and want to make them ours. Oh, I want to be like him. I want to be like her. No. Self-actualization is to find who am I. I meet with so many women that ask me the question, say, Magda, I still don't know who am I. I still don't know exactly what my purpose on this earth is. And we're going to talk about that as we move forward. But we're all born with the need to serve, the need to worship. The need to worship exists in every being. People worship different things. Christians worship Jesus the Christ, Son of God, risen from the dead, reigning from the right-hand side of God. Other religions, they worship other things. Other religions worship God in a different way. But we were all born to worship. In our series, The More Excellent Way, we will discuss more of this in detail and depth as we continue. I want to remind you of the needs real quick. Psychological needs, safety needs, belonging needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization, which we spoke about a number of times. So in the next session, I would like you to bring along with you a journal. Something like this, a nice journal where you can start from the beginning on a clean page in this journal. I cannot show you mine because mine has actually been used, but there's still a clean page. I have a number of these journals. But as we continue our journey here on The More Excellent Way, I would want to ask you to bring your journal to the next session. And in your journal, I want you to write down your experiences as we continue going forward into the sessions that I will be presenting to you. And we're not always going to be in this specific setting, but for now, this is where we meet and this is where we talk about life and the fact that I do not have to be where I am today. There is a more excellent way of dealing with life in what it presents to us in our individual and uniqueness and in our functions here on earth as we journey in the years that we have here on earth, which nobody of us know how long that might be. So I want you to bring to the next session, bring your journal and your pen, and I'm going to ask you to write some notes in there, and we're going to do some reflections and reviews in our journal when we come to the next session. I really trust that you are enjoying spending this 15 to 20 minutes a day with me as we together find the more excellent way in life, because there is a more excellent way. And if we can find that, if we can find the more excellent way in everyday life, in our relationships, in our businesses, in our ministries, in our secular work, or if we're a homemaker in that specific vocation, doesn't matter where you find yourself. If you're in the corporate world, or if you're a teacher, don't be content if you still have the capacity to find the more excellent way for your life. Don't be content, please. Don't be content. Don't think that your life is so worthless that it's not worth living. Because it's not true. Your life is worth living. Join me in the next session with your journal so that we can continue on this journey of the more excellent way. I see you there.